What's up and welcome to Me, You, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you, so let's talk about Switch 2. This is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 5 to 10 minute episodes. Today happens to be Tuesday. It is August 4th. It is 8:03 a.m. on the East Coast. This is episode 123. Now, before we get started, I just want to share up front, there will be a Fire Emblem Direct. It's going to be 20 minutes long. It's all about Fortune's Weave, which I believe releases next month. That'll be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'll be sure to check that out and report back on Friday's episode, but I wanted to share that up front so that if you want to check it out, you can do that today or at any time this week. It is the first episode of August. So if you are new to the show, here's what I typically do. I'll run through the list of every game that we know will release in August, the release date, the current price, brief intro to the game, sometimes my quick thoughts on how I feel about the game, and we'll just kind of compile the full list. And now there's always games that just release. They get shadow dropped, or like Nintendo Switch 2 editions of Switch 1 games just kind of get shadow dropped. I won't cover those because I don't know about them yet, but we will cover the ones that we know. These types of episodes have become my favorite. It's great to look ahead, maybe map out what you want to check out, what your wallet might allow in my case, or at the very least, you know, I like to go on the Nintendo store and click that heart icon so that I get alerted whenever these games go on sale. So sometimes I'll be interested in a game and then like 9 months later, it'll be 50% off, which is a great impulse buy. There are a lot of heavy hitters this month, but I also think this month has considerably more shovelware than previous months. And I say that kind of lovingly because I don't want to downplay someone's game and I don't want to pass judgment on a game I've never played, but I'm going off of, you know, first impressions here and price. I haven't played any of these games, but we'll take a look. I might have to start curating what games I talk about. With that said, there are well over 20 games this month, so let's just get into it. First up is Big Walk. This game releases today for $19.99. This is developed by House and published by Panic. This game looks incredibly intriguing just from watching a few quick clips and looking at screenshots. The description here in the Nintendo shop is hang out and get lost with close friends in a big world. A cooperative online walker-talker from the creators of Untitled Goose Game. And you control some interesting looking creatures in this game. I have to imagine that this was a lot of fun to develop. The way that it's described is like you have creative ways to communicate with your friends in this game to solve different puzzles. It supports crossplay, 2 to 12 players. I caught a Polygon review over the weekend that stated that this is the highest rating Metacritic game of 2026 so far, which is very impressive. But it is multi-platform, and the Nintendo Life review mentioned the visuals on Switch take a bit of a hit, so I'll have to dig in more. I'll share some reviews on Friday if we have time, but I'm not going to get into it today. Next, we have Final Fantasy XIV Online. That releases today as well, August 4th. You all probably know this one. This is an MMO RPG. Final Fantasy XIV got its second life as a Realm Reborn maybe 12 or 13 years ago, and there's been so many expansions since. I haven't been able to follow all of it. This is a subscription-based game. You won't need a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, but you will have to pay, I think it's a $15 monthly sub to Square Enix. There's a free trial this month, and it is a $20 base edition, a complete edition, and then there's a Dawn Trail expansion, which is $39.99 and still requires the base game. So like $20 to get started, $60 all in if you want that Dawn Trail expansion, and then a monthly subscription. So check this out if you've been waiting for an opportunity to play Final Fantasy XIV, or if you're a longtime player and you just want to move over from wherever you've been playing to Switch 2. Lies of P Complete Edition releases tomorrow for $69.99. This is a $70 title. I'm not too familiar with the other versions of this game. It was released in 2023. I remember it coming out. It is being self-described as a Souls-like on the Nintendo eShop listing. The story itself is a dark story. It's based on Pinocchio. And, you know, funny enough, there is a lying mechanic in the game. So, you know, like Pinocchio is known for lying or telling the truth. So makes sense. But this has, I think, again, just a bit of a dark story, but people like this game. It reviews really well. The game is already out on everything. You can play on Mac and PC and PlayStation and PS5 and Xbox and all that stuff. I'll dig up more reviews on this. Nintendo Life did do an initial Nintendo Switch 2 edition review and gave it a 9 out of 10, which is really great. So if this is your type of game, check out the Lies of P Complete Edition tomorrow. Parkasaurus Dino Lux Edition will release tomorrow as well for $32.99. This is a classic dinosaur theme park sim. So the Roller Coaster Tycoon and SimCity, this is based on a 2020 release. I see it on Steam. It has mostly positive reviews. It is also coming to Xbox this month as well. After that, on the 6th of August, we have Spooky Spirit Shooting Gallery for Nintendo Switch 2. This will retail for $34.99. Here's the official listing. Aim, shoot, and get excited. Turn your living room into a lively shooting gallery anytime. The metal game combining the thrill of knocking down big prizes and defeating ghosts arrives powered up Nintendo Switch 2. I'm reading that verbatim. Arrives powered up Nintendo Switch 2. This is an arcade shooter. The gameplay looks like a carnival game, right? Where you shoot obstacles and you shoot. It's a shooting gallery. These can be really fun. So I don't know. I don't know what to expect from this game. I don't know if the replayability is going to be there for $35. It does support game share, so you can easily play multiplayer with friends who don't own the game. But ghosts and carnival-style shooting, not sure. Spooky Spirit Shooting Gallery for Nintendo Switch 2. Next, we have Montabe, Montabi. This will release on the 6th as well for $19.99. This is self-described as a creature collector roguelike deck building game. Creature collector roguelike deck building game. It says, tame, collect, and evolve unique Montabe. Assemble unstoppable decks for your synergistic team. Master tactical grid-based combat to save the city. So this game looks colorful, at least. It looks very colorful, very much like a Pokemon motif with turn-based card battles. Looks like this is also coming to PC and Xbox if you wanted to check it out there as well, too. Next, we have Obakedoro 2, Chase and Seek. This will release on the 6th as well. $24.99 for this one. I'm not too familiar with the first Obakedoro game, the first title in this series. So I had to read up. Here's the official description on this one. A chase battle between monsters and humans. Round 2. The new setting is Japan. You only have 3 minutes. Run and hide. If even one person escapes, the humans win. If everyone is caught, the monsters win. So a very interesting description here. It is an asymmetrical multiplayer chase and seek game, and I don't think I've played one of those before, so this game will be interesting to keep an eye on as well. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered will release on August 11th for $49.99. This is a complete remaster of the 2006 classic Oblivion. It includes all of the DLC. This was somewhat shadow dropped last year on Xbox, and I actually had a Game Pass subscription at the time of release. So I picked it up and I played through this again. I did maybe like 35, 40 hours last year in Oblivion. I did the Thieves Guild and the main storyline and a few other miscellaneous things. And I absolutely loved this game in 2006. I loved it last year. I don't think I'll pick it up on Switch because I just played it. But if the performance is good here, and you loved Skyrim, maybe you played Skyrim on Switch, but you've never played an older Elder Scrolls game, definitely check this out. I think it's absolutely worth $50 and even less when it inevitably will go on sale. Okay, up next we have EA Sports, Madden, NFL 27. I don't know how many Maddens there have been at this point. I mean, well over 35, I guess. $69.99 at the time of release. It'll be on August 13th. I don't know what to say here or what else to add. Madden is Madden. It's a football game. Madden 26 on Switch 2 was serviceable. I remember reviews saying it was very competent port with only some minor graphic compromises. I'm not too sure what's new for this one. And at $70, I always feel, I'm always a fan of just waiting a little bit for these to drop in price, FIFA, Madden, the NBA games. Unless you are a true sports fan who needs to start the game alongside the actual season, like you'll be able to get this for, 40% off, not too long from now, right? Next up, we have Skatestera. Now, Skate Stera will release on August 13th for $14.99. This is only a $15 game. Keep that in mind. This is a cheap Tony Hawk clone. It's a traditional skateboarding game, it seems. It looks like you can only control one character, though. It's Stera Meyer, who is actually a real person. So this is based on a real skateboarder. One thing I noticed here is that it's rated M for mature, and the only thing listed is language. So it likely has a fitting skate punk soundtrack. I'm actually going to look it up after this episode and just see what is the soundtrack for this game. It's unclear how much game you're actually getting here, but the description references a variety of levels and that it's inspired by the golden era of skateboarding games. So presumably there's a lot of high score chasing and challenges and combos to go after. So if this game plays well, maybe you can just play forever. Next up, we have Old Coin Pusher Gaiden. This will release on August 13th for $3.99. This is where I start to feel like I need to curate what I talk about. We're already at 11 minutes for this episode, and I'm talking about Old Coin Pusher Gaiden. This game is described as a coin pusher RPG, and when they say coin pusher, what they actually mean are those machines where you drop a coin or a token into a big box with a bunch of mechanical pushing and all this activity going on. And your goal is to strategically place the coin that you dropped to make the pusher push out more coins than what you put in. So this is a boardwalk gimmick. I see these at the boardwalk. This is probably a casino gimmick in some regions as well too. I can't believe that this is a game, but maybe it's fun. I don't know. Old Coin Pusher Gaiden, $4. We'll have to see when it releases on August 13th. Next, we have Dusk Fade, also releasing on the 13th. It's on sale, pre-order right now for $23.99. It'll go up to $29.99 after the sale period. Developer here is Weird Beluga Studio. Dusk Fade actually got an official trailer on Nintendo's YouTube channel, so they must have a little bit of faith in this one. And a lot of people are excited for this. It's being looked at and regarded as kind of a Kingdom Hearts inspired game, like a Kingdom Hearts-like. The combat looks exactly like Kingdom Hearts. It has a PS2 GameCube inspired aesthetic. It was actually giving me the GameCube, The Hobbit vibes a little bit, just kind of watching some of the trailers. Here's the official description. Shatter the shackles of time as you jump, swing, and slash through a fantastic world in this love letter to classic 3D action platformers. This is also coming out for PC, PS5, Xbox, Nintendo Switch. It's going to be on everything. This will be one definitely to check out reviews for. I think if people like this and eventually it goes down to $15 or $20, this might be a really fun game to pick up and play for however long it is, 6-12 hours. Next up, we have Clover Pit. This will release on August 13th as well, too. This is going to be $10. Clover Pit is a psychological horror gambling roguelite. Again, I have to curate these lists moving forward, which is a very strange thing to say, psychological horror gambling roguelites. But the description here is Clover Pit is a roguelite that traps players in a hell of their own creation, locked in a rusty cell with a slot machine and an ATM. You must pay off your debt at the end of each round or fall to ruin, literally. I think this is like a Balatro style game. I really couldn't tell, but it's coming out. Blaze Blue Entropy Effect X or Entropy Effect 10. I'm just going to say X. Nintendo Switch 2 edition will also release on the 13th. This is $26.98. It'll be a $1.99 upgrade if you have the Nintendo Switch 1 edition. I'm not familiar with the Blaze Blue games, so forgive my ignorance here, but this one looks like a 2D game, a 2D action game set in that universe. So like a fast-paced 2D side-scrolling type of action game. It's been out for a while. This is just the Nintendo Switch 2 edition with improved performance and graphics. Nintendo Life gave this a 7 out of 10 in February when it released, and it's also on a bunch of other platforms. Next, we have Star Sand Island releasing on August 18th for $39.99. This is a farming, cozy life sim type game. Think Animal Crossing style gameplay, but this one has a very, very strong hand-drawn anime aesthetic, super strong, like Studio Ghibli style, right? So many people are going to be upset with me because I failed to pronounce Ghibli or Ghibli. Backyard Baseball, August 18th. This might be $39.99. I didn't see it in the eShop itself, but it is supposed to come out this month. It is $40 on Steam, so I'm going to assume the same price. Mostly positive reviews. It's been out for a bit. You build a team of kids playing backyard baseball. You choose from a variety of fields and locations to play at. It looks like really fun arcade-style sports action here. I remember this series from back in the day, and it is back. Maybe wait for a price drop on this. $40 does feel a little steep. Next, we have Grim Trials. This will release on August 20th for $19.99. This looks like your standard hack and slash roguelite style game. Here's the description on this one. Grim Trials is a heavy metal action roguelite where you craft and customize your own weapons and equipment to embrace death your own way. Also on August 20th, we have DayZ Cool Edition. This will release for $69.99. This is a $70 game, but I think you get a lot of playtime out of this one. I've never played DayZ, but the description here is DayZ is a hardcore survival-focused multiplayer sandbox. Thrown into post-apocalyptic wastelands, you have a singular goal: survive. There are no missions or quests. So again, this is just a very open world survival game. This game has been around since 2018, 2019. It's been on PlayStation, PlayStation 4, Xbox, PC. This will actually be the first time, though, that it appears on a Nintendo console. So if this performs well, on parity, I don't know if it has cross-platform play, but maybe this is your opportunity to dip into DayZ if you have $70 to spend. Next, we have Wobbly Life, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Wobbly Life will release on August 20th for $29.99. If you have the Nintendo Switch 1 edition, it's a $5 upgrade. This game is a huge, positive game on Steam. Like, the number of positive reviews is really high on Steam. It released last year, 2025. It's a chaotic physics-based sandbox game where you explore the world of this game with one or more players. You complete objectives, missions, you unlock items. You play as these little wobbly yellow characters. I don't know how else to describe it. The physics looks really funny. It kind of reminds me of a much larger version of Good Job, if you've ever played that game on Nintendo Switch 1. It is $16.24 on Steam right now. So if you want to pick it up right now at a cheaper price and you have a Steam Deck or you have Steam, you can do that. Next, we have Ground Zero Hero. This will release on August 20th for $8.99 currently. Then it will go up to $9.99 after the pre-sale price. This is a bullet hell roguelite, very similar to Vampire Survivors. August 27th, Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2. Metal Gear Solid, this Master Collection will include Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker HD Collection version. I think if you purchase it, if you get the bundle, you can get these separately, but if you get the bundle, you get Metal Gear Ghost Babel, which is the first handheld Metal Gear that was released back in 2000. Great collection. I have the first Metal Gear Solid collection, and I did play through Metal Gear Solid 2 on Switch last year. I loved 1 and 2, but surprisingly, I stopped there. I did not play the future Metal Gear games, and this is an amazing series. So this collection is appealing to me for sure. Next, we have Brigandine Abyss. This game is a tactical strategy RPG published by NIS America. Very strong JRPG vibes in the art style on this one. It's going to release on August 27th for $49.99. The description here is confront the dark in one of 6 different storylines as you manage resources, rally your monsters, and stand against the Empire. This feels like a game that, has 200 plus hours in it, if that's what you want. Like, if you want to get 200 plus hours out of this game, I bet that you can. So we'll keep an eye out on this one. Next, we have Luz Lagoon Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, August 27th for $24.99. It's a free upgrade if you purchase the Nintendo Switch 1 version. For $25, this game has the potential to be a lot of fun. Here's the description from the Steam listing. A cozy exploration and crafting adventure. Fly your seaplane between tropical islands, collect resources with the swirler, rebuild storm-damaged communities, and unravel the mystery surrounding Uncle Lou's disappearance. So it's fully 3D, very cartoony looking, and the scenario has kind of a Star Tropics vibe, because if I remember correctly, in Star Tropics, you play as Mike Jones, and you are looking for your lost uncle on a tropical island. So if this is a spiritual successor to Star Tropics, count me in. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. And then finally, at the end of the month, August 28th, for $79.99, we have Elden Ring Tarnished Edition, again, coming in at $80. Finally, right, this is the game that so many people have been waiting for. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition was one of the first games that really casted doubt on Nintendo Switch 2's ability to port higher-end PS5, Xbox, and PC games. I remember the early builds of this game were notoriously bad when they were first demoed. Everybody had a field day talking about how bad this was, and the Switch wasn't powerful enough to get good games. But the demos for this and the builds for this have since gotten better, apparently. But we won't really know how this game holds up until we get the final release later this month. So I've never played Elden Ring. I don't have much to compare it to. We'll just have to wait and see what the professionals, what the official reviews say. I'm sure we're going to get a ton of previews for this game the week or weeks leading up to release. Okay, and just a few extra things. Those are the main kind of games that are releasing this month, but we have Zero Racers and D-Hopper. These are two unreleased Virtual Boy games that will hit NSO today, August 4th. The color customization for Virtual Boy is also hitting Nintendo Switch Online today, which I know a lot of people have been waiting for. Pokemon Pokopia Bubbly Basin DLC will hit tomorrow, August 5th. Super Mario Sunshine on GameCube will hit Nintendo Switch Online on August 13th. So to sum up a very long episode, I don't remember the last time we went over 20 minutes in an episode, so I appreciate your patience and kind of sticking with me in this one. But to sum this up, we have some very good NSO titles, Nintendo Switch Online titles that we just mentioned. We have Final Fantasy XIV Online. We have Oblivion Remastered. We have Elden Ring. We have Metal Gear Solid. We have Lies of P. We have Madden if you're a sports fan. These are some heavy hitters. And there's a lot of room for like sleeper hits, like Big Walk. I loved Untitled Goose Game, so I'm curious about Big Walk. It's already reviewing well. We have Dusk Fade. A lot of cozy crafting life sim games. So we're going to keep an eye on all the games this month. Stay subscribed. Stay tuned in. That's it for today, though. I have to wrap this up. I mean, I have work to do. I want to thank you so much for your time and your attention. Here's my one ask today. Think of one person who you think would like this show. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's someone in a Discord server or a group of people in your Discord server, someone in a group chat. If they have a Switch 2 and they're interested in what's coming out, send them this episode. Let them know, like, check this out. It's a longer listen today, but it's normally pretty short. One share of this podcast does more than any algorithm, honestly. That's how this whole thing has grown. We are at over 17,000 downloads and counting, and I do zero promotion. So I appreciate you. This is all about you, sharing the show, staying subscribed, coming back, listening every week. I really appreciate it. You can find everything at switch2pod.com. That's switch with the number 2pod. I'm on Blue Sky and Instagram, same handle. If you want to reach me for anything, there's free bonus content at patreon.com/switch2pod. I'll be back on Friday with whatever the week throws at us, including the Fire Emblem Direct later today, 10 a.m. Eastern. Enjoy the week. Thanks for sticking out a long episode. Much love. Now go play some games.